it's time. We've been on a mission to hear what Texans all across our state are thinking ahead of Election Day next week. And tonight, our Jason Allen exits the interstate and goes straight to Hill Country. And over a glass of wine, maybe two, took in the Texas state of mind there.
After trips to the far corners of Texas, it felt like we needed a day to pull back to the center of the Lone Star.
Does Central Texas go all the way to San Antonio? Really?
We took the scenic route, stopped for gas station tacos.
It's a long drive. Sometimes you have to get breakfast tacos to keep you going. This is gonna wind up all over me.
And thought, why not wash it down with wine?
We're just gonna get y'all started with some welcome wine.
That's a good way to start a morning.
Wine isn't a little weekend diversion in Central Texas anymore. Just ask Chris Brundritt.
How many people do you employ here?
136.
No way.
136 families.
When he started William Chris Vineyards, he just wanted to grow good grapes.
Taste for acidity. I'm going to kind of separate the seeds. It's important to look at the seeds.
But he and hundreds of other wineries have helped ferment this into a $20 billion industry now, where Texans drink 65 million gallons a year.
I think when I first started, I was a little bit naive. You know, it's like all I cared about was having a badass place for people to work and have make the best wine in the world. And that's the only two things I cared about. And then, you know, I got a little older and I was like, we should get health insurance. You know?
You can see how like kind of red it actually is. Like that's what the pulp looks like just coming out of the grape.
Likewise, down the road at Pedernales Cellars,
This is Tempranillo.
David Culkin is poring over how to put more Texas wine on tables.
To get to the next step, we have to convince a much broader set of consumers, like not just in Texas, but ideally elsewhere too, that like, oh no, this is actually something worth checking out. You're gonna get the best thing you can get at that price point to some extent.
Well, and we're in a moment right now where value
People are particularly,
huge. So are issues of economy and business, would you say that that's, I guess, the thing that's top of mind for a lot of people here?
Yeah, I think right now, actually, we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown. There's been kind of a lull.
Publisher of the Fredericksburg Standard Radio Post, Ken Cook.
We're insulated from, you know, a lot of what happens in the cities. And like I said, it's a very conservative population here, but some of the newer people, you know, they might be diversifying the political landscape a little bit.
And there is at least one thing Fredericksburg isn't insulated from.
It's become even more of a tourist town than it was before, and it's changed the economics of the town. Like land is more expensive, like homes are more expensive, you know, like the cost of doing business is more expensive.
It isn't just about sales numbers of Sangiovese. They're also thinking about how to make all of this sustainable.
I used to be like almost sheepish or apologetic about it, and I think it's really important that as a company that we do provide sustainability to our team and our company.
Meaning finding a way to bottle up the perfect blend of economy, community, and environment.
Environmental, we want to leave the world in a better place than what we found it. We want to have great culture with a great team. I mean, with 136 families that live and eat, sleep, and breathe William Chris Wine Company.
It doesn't resonate with every customer. Not everybody who's going to buy wine is going to like make their choices based on that.
Is there anything that threatens it?
Abstinence? I don't know.
So first things first, next election, I'd like to be your bag man. I'd like to carry your bags.
Tacos, wine?
Yes.
Tequila?
100%. So when I look at all the pieces you've done so far over the recent weeks, a lot of them, you've talked to dozens of people.
We have.
Am I misreading this in this? This feel like the brakes were tapped a little bit. Things slowed down a little bit with this visit.
It was, and that wasn't necessarily intentional from the outset, right? We looked at going to some of those big cities. That could have been Austin, it could have been San Antonio, but we wanted to hit the Hill Country too. And when we got there, we saw it wasn't just that big business environment that has been created out there, but we started to have those conversations and hear about the actual environment. You know, and we hadn't heard that in some of the other stops that we'd made. So we really decided to kind of pull back, focus a little bit more on that this time. Don't worry. We're going to have lots of conversations with lots of people and some of the other regions.
Well, but it speaks to every place is different at the same time as well, right? So you got one more in you, right?
Two more.
Two more. So the next one, Friday, we're sending him out east. We haven't gone there yet. Here we go, East Texas. His trips, by the way, already to the north and the south are all posted online already. You can see those at your leisure, cbsnewstexas.com.